Hey folks, Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2026. It's going to be a good year. Excited about all the possibilities and the potential. I'm finally coming at you with my Windbreak video that I promised. Been a little busy here. We've got bucks and rams in breeding, so and then the weather's finally cooperating enough so I can get a video. We have some breeding going on right now. It's awesome. So here's the Windbreak design. I kind of teased in a couple videos. So generally, just a big overview. These are 8 foot wide, 16 foot long. I'm using 4x4s for the skids and 2x4s for everything else, except for obviously the planks. The upright here on the right, that's 10 foot. And then obviously the slabs are sticking out a little bit more. So it's 10 foot. It's a 60-degree angle. And then, I don't remember, I think one of these was a 25 and the other one was I'm trying to remember the other angle. Slipping me right now. But, so yeah, it's really simple design, honestly. And I have to give a shout out because there's a guy in one of the Facebook groups, the grazing Facebook groups, Andy Alexander. So if you're watching, Andy, thank you for the design. He had posted some pictures and he basically had built this exact thing, except I think his were taller. I think he went 12 foot tall. One of the reasons I went 10 foot tall is because we're on leased land. So if we need to move these somewhere else, or if I want to graze another pasture, there's really no reason I can't throw these on a gooseneck trailer and run them down the road to the next farm. I could easily skid them up on there and I'm pretty sure I'd still be able to have clearance. So that's why I went with 10 foot. So I can get them down the road if I need to. But anyhow, back to design. So I use tie plates on all my uprights here to hold them together. I also use some L brackets, right angle brackets there. I used a chain, just a loop chain, and then I have just a tow chain, and I just drilled a hole through there with a drill bit, loop a chain, put a bevel on it so it slides. You do have to be careful because on the snow on a hill, they will slide. Like they'll actually pick up some speed and start sliding. So just watch out if you're going down a hill and it's icy or snowy because they'll actually take off like a sled. And then on the back side, there's, 1, 2, 3 2x4s. And then the front side, I just did one to hold it all together. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, you can't really move it too much. Same thing in the middle, did a center brace. And then, so anyhow, I just moved this yesterday to a new spot because one of the things I'm really excited about for this design is the ability to spread the fertility and the manure all over the pasture or just place it where I want it. So I can strategically place these to maximize my nutrient placement. Like you can see, that's where it was for about a week before. And I just moved it yesterday. So got a good build up there. You can actually see the snow drift. This is from a couple days ago, the snowstorm. This was the snow drift on the back side of it. You can see just how much snow it stopped. So this one actually was the first one I built. This one's built out of white oak. I got this from a local Amish sawmill. Probably my guess is that the oak might hold up better. It's a little more stout than the 2x4s, like the green treat. I went with the green treat on the last two just for time, just because I can go right to Menards, get the lumber, and be building the same day. And with the white oak, I had to custom order, kind of wait for that to get milled for me. And then, let's see, what else? Okay, so I'm also going to drop in the notes. The South Dakota Extension has a really good article on designing and building windbreaks. And one of the things they talk about is the best windbreaks are about a 75 to 80% porosity. So your goal is not to stop the wind. You're not going to ever stop the wind. It's too big of a force. But what you do want to do is slow the wind. And they figure by some of the designs and the stuff they've done, if you can get it to 75, 80% is about ideal. And the thing is, if this was a solid windbreak, the wind would hit this and it would curl around the side or curl over the top, and then it would drop right down. It would have this curling effect and drop right down into livestock. When you slow the wind, it keeps going, it just slows it. But it is amazing when I step behind here and it is like 40-mile-per-hour gusts, it feels like a whole different climate. It is very warm. I shouldn't say very warm. It's not very warm. It's very comfortable compared to just being out in the open wind. So that's what we're doing. We're shooting for about 75 to 80%. Now these are 8-inch boards, and I've got 2-inch gap in between. So by my calculations, if I've done my math correctly, that's about an 80% porosity. Yeah, I just nailed these on the back. Pretty simple. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I should cover dimensions. I guess if you have questions, just drop them in the comments. Let's see. Yeah, 60-degree angle on these. Oh, the other thing I'm excited about is in the spring, summer, I can use these for shade if I need them to be used for shade. I can also use them, like put a tarp on the top and use it to block rain if I'm lambing and we get a really wet, rainy period. So they're not just for wind. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to get infrastructure that can be multi-purpose. The other thing is, I think this is a really scalable. I could hook probably 7 or 8 of these in a row and pull them forward with the tractor, so I could see this being scalable if you're running 400 or 500 ewes. The other thing is, if you wanted to bed in here, like the goats really do like a little bit of bedding on the cold. The sheep don't seem to care as much, but the goats are a little fussier. So you could drive by here with like a straw shredder or hay shredder or whatever you have and blow bedding under here, into here, and keep them bedded if you wanted to do a little bedding down. Be a great way to build soil. Just shred old hay in there, then keep moving this thing forward. So yeah, I'm excited. I think I've covered most everything here. To keep refining and experimenting, I probably will have things I'll do differently on the next ones. The other thing is, I'll say these are designed for sheep and goats. I would not suggest using them for cattle. They'll probably rub on them and break them pretty quickly. If you wanted to build something like this for cows, you're probably going to want to go with 4x4s on everything, and then you're going to have something that's super heavy. I still think it's doable, but I think the better option might be to go with like a hay wagon or some sort of wheeled structure. I've seen some pretty unique designs that way, but yeah. Any questions? Oh, did I show you the chains? I think I did. Yeah, so this is how I hooked them together. So I can move them as one train. And then the other thing is that's nice is I can take like the loader, and say we have some wind coming out of the north, I could take this front one. Right now they're angled to provide protection from the northwest. So I could flip the front end, or you could hook up your side-by-side right here, or your vehicle, whatever, and just pull this corner over this way, and now you've got some protection from the wind out of the north. And if you get more wind coming out of the southwest, you can do the same thing with this back one. So all that to say, yeah, I'm going to sign off. My fingers are getting cold. We have lots of breeding activity going on. It's exciting. And we'll come at you with another video here soon on something. But yeah, drop the questions in the comments. Have a happy new year. We'll talk to you in the next video.